Hello everyone, my name is Colin. For this week, I have been tasked with leading the class discussion regarding the WOSU public media videos. There are 8 videos that focus on effective teaching with technology. Each video examines the technology and teaching strategies that educators are using in their classrooms. The videos cover many subjects across various grade levels. Some of the videos may relate to courses you are teaching and others may not. As we'll learn throughout this presentation, many of the technologies have cross-curricular capabilities, meaning that they can be used in various subject areas. The first video looks at a grade 11 post-secondary planning class. This would be similar to the grade 10 career studies class in Ontario. The teacher for this class uses a hybrid model that blends online course software with a traditional course structure. The online software that is used for this class is called EnvisionIt. The EnvisionIt software is similar to Google Classroom and the D2L platform that I'm sure many of you are familiar with. What I found unique about the EnvisionIt software is that it provides a diagnostic pretest at the beginning of each unit that teachers can use to gauge a student's current knowledge. It also provides a summative test at the end of each unit so that teachers can measure students' growth. The EnvisionIt software is not a standalone program. It requires that teachers present and explain the material. What's nice about the software is that it is flexible and allows students to work at their own pace. The second video addresses grades 9 to 11 life sciences. This would be similar to the social sciences in Ontario. The teacher in this classroom uses technology on a daily basis to support project-based learning. iPads are used to record and share information among group members. Kahoot is also used for diagnostic and formative assessment. It provides direct feedback and gives the teacher an idea of what students know and don't know. Kahoot is a resource that I have used in many of my classes. I find that the competitive aspect keeps students engaged and motivates them to participate. Kahoot was ranked as the 18th best tool in Hart's survey of the top 300 tools for learning in 2021. The third video looks at a grade 9 algebra class. The teacher for this class uses the flipped classroom model in which all of the lectures and notes are posted online. This allows students to pause, rewind, and rewatch the lectures at any time. It also allows students to work at their own pace. The flipped classroom was included as one of the trends in the Digital Trends and Initiatives in Education article that we read in week 3. The teacher uses Google Classroom and an app called Zaption to post lectures and notes. Google Classroom was ranked as the 17th best tool in Hart's survey of the top 300 tools for learning in 2021. Google Classroom was also used by many school boards when classes were shifted online as a result of the pandemic. The fourth video looks at a grade 4 mathematics class. The teacher for this class uses a program called Plickers to collect real-time assessment data. The Plickers app combines formative assessment activities such as exit slips and think, pair, share. With the Plickers program, each student gets a card that is printed from the website. Each card has an individualized shape on it. The way that each card is held indicates a letter, usually A, B, C, or D. The teacher asks a question and then uses an iPad to scan each card. This allows for real-time feedback. I would compare the Plickers app to a more advanced version of Kahoot. The fifth video addresses grades 9 to 11 Spanish. Spanish isn't typically taught in Ontario. However, the acquisition of language skills is usually similar across all languages. This means that the information in the video can be used for French and other language classes. The teacher for this class uses iPads as an organizational tool. Each student has an iPad they can use to access the class website and calendar. The teacher also uses Google Docs and Google Drive for group work. These applications allow multiple students to work on an assignment at the same time. Assignments save automatically and can be shared easily between group members. Google Docs and Google Drive were ranked as the 6th best tool in Hart's survey of the top 300 tools for learning in 2021. The 6th video looks at a grade 9 science class. The teacher for this class uses the flipped classroom model. The teacher records the lectures and has students watch them for homework. During class time, the teacher focuses on labs and other project-based learning activities. Similar to what was mentioned for the 3rd video, the flipped classroom allows students to pause, fast forward, and rewind the lectures. The teacher often uses an application called Edpuzzle. Edpuzzle allows the teacher to embed questions into the videos. Students' responses to these questions are automatically marked in real time. Edpuzzle was ranked as the 46th best tool in Hart's survey of the top 300 tools for learning in 2021. The 7th video looks at a grade 5 language arts class. The teacher for this class uses the blended learning model. The blended learning model was included as one of the trends in the Digital Trends and Initiatives in Education article that we read in week 3. The teacher uses reading stations where students read online stories and record their responses to questions on a Chromebook. The teacher also uses clickers to gauge student understanding. In my opinion, clickers are an outdated version of Mentimeter and Kahoot. The 8th and final video looks at a grade 3 language arts class. The teacher for this class uses the blended learning model, similar to the one discussed in the 7th video. The teacher uses online reading programs that correspond to a student's reading level. This allows for individualized assignments that match each student's ability level. The teacher also uses a variety of technologies such as Google Slides, Canva, and iMovie to create content. Google Slides and Canva were both included in Hart's list of the top 300 tools for learning in 2021. While watching the videos, I noticed that there were many overlapping themes. I will address some of them on the next few slides. First, technology is flexible. Teachers can use technology in a variety of ways. They can also choose how much or how little technology is used in their classroom. Technology allows students to demonstrate their learning in a variety of ways. Second, technology can be used as an assessment tool to gauge student understanding and growth. Various technologies offer diagnostic, formative, and summative assessment options. These 3 types of assessment are extremely important for Ontario teachers and are included in the Ontario Growing Success document. Third, teachers play an important role in the effectiveness of technology in the classroom. Teachers need to select technologies that match the interests and skill level of students. If incompatible technologies are used, it can negatively impact student learning. Fourth, teachers need to be patient and implement technology slowly. If technology is implemented too quickly, or if the technology is too challenging, students may start to feel overwhelmed. Fifth, teachers shouldn't be afraid to try new technology. Some technologies will be effective and others will be ineffective. You won't know if a technology will be useful until you try it. Lastly, technology allows for individualized learning. Technology allows students to work at their own pace and to connect with group members efficiently. I found that many of the videos related to topics that were discussed in previous weeks during this course. I already mentioned Hart's survey of the top 300 tools for learning and the Digital Trends and Initiatives in Education article in the video summaries. Additionally, I found that all of the classrooms in the videos resembled the technology-rich classroom in Switzerland from the video that we watched in week 2. Each classroom had a plethora of technology that students and teachers could use. Although it would be nice for every classroom in Ontario to have this luxury, it isn't a realistic goal. Many of the schools face barriers to technology, such as insufficient funding and resources. These barriers and their implications were discussed in detail in the Week 9 articles. An important factor that I think teachers need to consider when trying to incorporate technology in the classroom is that not all students will be as digitally literate as the students in the videos. It takes time to develop digital literacy skills. It is clear that the students in the videos have had extensive training and experience with technology. Developing digital literacy skills has been a recurring theme in our course and one that I think is important as schools continue to secure more resources. The articles and videos in weeks 4, 5, 7, and 8 all dealt with digital literacy to varying degrees. I have 3 questions that are intended to guide our discussion for this week. You can answer all of them, or you can choose to answer the ones that are most applicable to you. So the first question is, of the technologies, platforms, apps included in the videos, which one do you think would be the most useful for your classroom or career if you are not a teacher, and why? Second question is, if you were tasked with creating a video for your subject area or career similar to those created by WOSU Public Media, what information and technology would you include? And the third question is, after watching the videos, what advice would you give to teachers who are looking to implement technology into their classrooms? So this concludes my presentation. I hope the video was informative for you, and I am excited to connect with all of you throughout the week. Take care.